Hello friends, and happy International Child-Free Day. And this is a day that has its roots from the 1970s in New York City and was staged by the National Organization for Non-Parents. And I am at a park here in a lake, and I saw this sign here. I didn't even know this sign was ever here, but it's possible they just erected it. But truthfully, I'm more interested in the father of antinatalism. But anyway, I'm going to do my talk over here, and it's a shame that somebody is fishing right when I'm about to do my video. But yeah, I'm always confronted by an element that I don't approve of. And I was determined to come to this actual location last night, so I'm not going to, alter my video just because, somebody is trying to harm animal life. But so, anyway, I'm starting off with an English proverb dating back to 1546. Oh, see ya. See ya.
Sorry for harming animal life.
Huh?
Sorry for harming the animal.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that was really something. He picked up his tackle and his fishing rod and absolutely split by saying he was sorry for harming animals. So I might have made an impact. So there he goes. Well, the power of suggestion, huh? So anyway, I'm starting off. Now I have the place to myself. Okay. There's a proverb dating back to 1546 by John Haywood, and resembles a Bible verse. Quote, well, it does resemble a Bible verse, but John Haywood's verse is, quote, "There is none so blind as those who will not see." Unquote. Sorry. This is too good of a video to start over, though. I apply this proverb to natalist lifestyles because they are creating harms to their own children that they should be avoiding at all costs. But they don't get the connection. Child-free people aren't necessarily antinatalist, and antinatalists aren't necessarily child-free. Some of the best antinatalist advocates are parents. The book, quote, "Confessions of an Antinatalist," unquote, was written by a dad. I am a child-free antinatalist. So whether or not your orientation is one or the other, the benefits to the environment are numerous for being biologically child-free, and your sanity will be protected, as well as your marriage will last longer. You will get more sleep and even look younger. For the environmental reasons, it's far better to be child-free. It reduces our carbon footprint, spares animal lives, even if the family tries to be vegan. One cannot control the choices of their children, remember. Air quality and climate change will be significantly improved with fewer people on the planet. But the best reason of all to remain child-free is that you won't be bringing life into the world without their approval and consent. You spare little Sarah or little Johnny a lot of harm and suffering, and you will worry much less in life. Being child-free is a win-win situation. Now, as an antinatalist advocate, I'm going to hijack this particular day of celebrating child-free people to interject just how important it is to refrain from having biological children because it prevents harm, the antinatalist way. Some child-free people aren't antinatalists, but the very act of not delivering or conceiving a child has spared him or her great harms. So by default, a child-free by choice person is akin to an antinatalist person. Even a non-biological parent who has adopted has chosen an altruistic path that is similar to being an antinatalist. A child born had no freedom. They were enslaved and forced to endure life's pains and unpredictabilities. They are sent into guaranteed harm. The same goes for a supervisor who sends a firefighter in a burning home knowing there are risks involved. The moral responsibility of a parent is to prevent sending children into harm which they can prevent. Having a child is very selfish, manipulative, and controlling. Having a child duplicates suffering. It is an act of self-preservation and the preservation of suffering, harm, and death. Parents pawned and consigned their children to suffering and death by way of impregnation and birth. Emile Chiron depicts pregnant women as corpse bearers. Julio Cabrera, or pronounce the American or English way, Julio Cabrera, attributed that philosophers have always spoken of life as a preparation for death, and philosophy as learning to die. But there is wisdom before that. To learn to abstain and not put anyone in the situation of having to learn how to die. So, the best is not to have been born at all. There's somebody kayaking over there. In a perfect world, we would have been left in a state of non-existence. But this state is not attainable once we are born. In Silence of the Body, Italian writer, let's see, oh my goodness, I did not jot his name down. I'm going to have to put that in my reply section or in my description section. But this Italian writer quotes, "Man dares to allow himself to be cruel when he's already committed tranquilly and repeatedly the cruelest act of all, which is engendering, condemning beings that do not exist or suffer to the horrors of life." And also, he wrote, "As long as they have the wish to kill, they will not lose the lust to procreate." Emile Chiron calls progenitor the cruelest word I know. And I echo that. I wish more parents would sacrifice their momentary and fleeting personal satisfactions to prevent their emergence of their offspring's long, great, and guaranteed suffering. So, happy International Child-Free Day to all of my friends, both child-free and antinatalists, and child-free antinatalists. And thanks to my subscribesters and my subscribettes. This is where I've gone kayaking before, and if anybody comes to Pittsburgh and they want to go kayaking with me, I actually have a spare kayak and a life vest, so we could go there, or we could even rent one. They have rentals over there around the corner at the boathouse. These flowers here, they're beautiful. And I don't think that this is a wild flower. This is actually a substantial and beautiful flower, and somebody possibly could have planted it here. It's kind of nice, you know, the tapering off of summer, because the humidity seems to be letting up a little bit today.